Welcome to Passed Out. I'm
I'm
Josh.
Arash.
This week, we're just doing a very big pop culture kind of update. We're going to touch on a lot of topics. You're listening to Passed Out, the podcast where history, mystery, the occult, and the cosmos collide. Every week, we explore new conspiracies, uncover hidden truths, question the impossible, and journey into the unknown. Stay curious, and welcome to Passed Out. I'm going to go ahead and just start us off. Have you seen the trailer for Good Boy?
I heard about Good Boy. I know it's a movie about like a dog's perspective of some sort of possession or something like that.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a ghost story, like possession, kind of maybe like a demonic presence or like a ghost or something. But like it's like kind of filmed from the dog's perspective. So
I hope the dog doesn't
it's an
die. That's all I hope.
that is a funny thing because that's what I wanted to talk about this movie. I found out about this from my wife. There is a website called Does the Dog Die? And
Yeah.
you can search for the movie
Yep.
and then it'll tell you if the dog dies. That website has had like an 80% like jump in site activity since the trailer for this movie watched, and just tons of people just trying to figure out if the dog dies before they
Do
go to
they
see this
know?
movie. The dog survives in this
All
movie.
right.
The
Okay.
dog does survive.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so
I'll watch it. I'm down to watch it. That's very important. I think it
it is important. Like, I guess depending on the context, I guess it could bother me or not, like the one that comes to mind immediately is like the first Conjuring movie where like they move into the house and like immediately the next morning they find the dog dead and like the little girl screaming. Like, I'm like, God damn. It's part of it though, At
yeah,
least they didn't show it.
as a main character though, you're gonna bond with a dog. You don't want to see it.
I know.
It could be very scary, and
Yeah.
that's a cool thing that they're doing. It's kind of unique. I haven't heard of any other movie except for like Strays, where it's from the dog's point of view.
Yeah. Are you talking about Stray, like the video game?
No, there's a movie.
There's a movie called Strays?
Yeah, you
That's
haven't
from a
seen
dog's
it?
perspective? No.
It's a comedy about dogs, dude.
When?
It came out. I saw it right when the Mario movie
What do
came
you mean
out.
from the dog's
Well, it's
perspective?
like
Like the
about
dogs are
dogs.
talking, like because I guess that there's other movies from animals' perspectives. Like
It's on like from their point of view. Maybe I'm
what
mixing
was
those
that?
up.
What was the '90s movie that I'm thinking of?
Where it's like a cat and a dog
It's like the two
traveling.
dogs and the cat. Yeah.
I
What
I
is that
really
movie
don't.
called? Is that hold on.
Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound. Yes. Homeward Bound. Good call. Good pull.
So Strays has Will Forte, Randall Park. I forget
Okay.
what he's in. He's been in
Well,
shows.
I love Randall. Dude, I love Randall Park. He's so he's really good. He plays like an FBI detective in the Marvel universe that's really funny.
Yeah.
He's really good in the Ant-Man movies. Have you seen that movie with him and Ali Wong, Always Be My Maybe? Where he's in like a hip hop like band and
No.
he like fights Keanu Reeves in it and Keanu Reeves plays himself. It's so funny. It's on Netflix, bro. I highly recommend it. It's hilarious.
But Will Ferrell's in this. John Krasinski, Sofia Vergara, Isla Fisher, Jamie
I feel like
Foxx.
I actually think I remember this now that I'm thinking of this voice cast. I do feel like I've seen this trailer and have like heard their voices as the
I think
dogs.
it came out during the whole Barbenheimer summer, I want to
Okay,
say.
I think you're right about that. Yeah, I kind of got just washed under how big Barbie and Oppenheimer were.
I thought
Yeah,
it was the funniest movie
makes
I'd
makes a
seen
lot
in
of sense.
years.
I'll have to watch it then.
Yeah, thank you. It's very Judd Apatow. Did he direct this? I don't think he did, but it feels like a Judd Apatow kind of movie, partially because of
It definitely, yeah, especially because of some of that cast.
Josh Greenbaum is the director.
What else has he done?
Let's see. He has done Will and Harper. He hasn't done really anything that I recognize, honestly. The Dink.
Never
It's
heard
like
of it.
It has Ben Stiller. What the fuck? Is it like a? Is this a side movie from Dodgeball? It's sport of pickle. It's a comedy about the sport of pickleball, but it has Ben Stiller. What the fuck? How have I never seen this?
That's crazy.
Yeah, super weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, it hasn't done
Yeah.
anything really significant that I see.
Interesting. I think that's all I really had on Good Boy. It is an interesting concept. I think the next movie I wanted to talk about, I'll probably talk about more in a couple weeks after I've seen
When
it.
does it come
But
out?
next, I'm not sure when Good Boy comes out. But the next movie I was going to talk about comes out next weekend, which is the next Conjuring movie, and I will see that next Saturday
Oh,
after I
nice.
get off work. So
So October 3
I'm
is a
I'm
good
I'm
boy.
thinking that's yeah, I think that's I'm assuming they'll probably keep making, like, spin-offs of the Conjuring universe, but I think that that is, like, the last movie in the main sequence. I think, Patrick Wilson and, Vera Farmiga are stepping down as Ed and Lorraine.
I see. There's really
Yeah.
not much more to go
Yeah,
into
there's
as
not
far as
much
the
more to
story,
do.
and they'll have to do a reboot in like
Yeah,
10 years.
Yeah, dude, and I've heard a lot of this movie is like surrounding like Amityville and like the end of like some of their very famous cases, which they touched on Amityville in the last movie as well. I need to rewatch the last movie. I love the first two so much, and then the third one just I think it got kind of killed because it came out during the pandemic,
Hmm.
so it just kind of got washed away by the way that theaters took a hit during COVID.
Speaking of movies that took a hit during COVID, but this one actually did well on streaming. Mortal Kombat is delayed till next May. I don't know why it happened. Seemed like
How long of a delay is that?
that's a that's gonna be a little over 6 months.
It was supposed to come out at the end of this year?
Middle of October, October 14. So I'm not sure.
Damn, that was really close to have a fucking
I
delay.
don't know what happened.
Jesus, usually they delay like 6 months to a year out.
By the time this episode comes out, there's supposed to be another trailer. I might do like a live react of it if possible. It being pushed to next summer though is interesting because had they put it towards January, which is the dead season of movies, it might have.
They probably could have cleaned up in January
Yeah, but maybe they wouldn't have made anything either because nobody really goes. I guess you do
because
Star
there's not
Wars.
yeah.
And the same day it comes out, I think the Star Wars comes out in the theater. So I have no idea what they're thinking. Warner Brothers is kind of,
Was it up against Starfighter?
yeah,
That's crazy
I don't know.
because I think Starfighter dude, I think Starfighter's gonna be a hit for
It's going to
them.
be massive.
It's dude, the cat so they released the cast week for that this week, and it's so good. We already knew Ryan Gosling,
Yeah.
okay? But now they've officially announced Mia Goth, Aaron Pierre, Amy Adams, like, that's a pretty good cast to me, and, Matt Smith. So, I'm here for it.
Have they pushed what the plot's going to be yet? Or is it just
No,
something
not
up
at
in
all.
there? Wow.
No, not at all. All they released yesterday was some casting stuff.
Hmm. There's supposed to be something going on, like a convention in New York this September in New York. And that's, I think, where a lot of things are going to be. New York Comic Con, yeah. New York Comic Con is going to be October 10 to 12. So I think we're going to see a lot of different things popping out of that. But yeah, dude, it baffles me that I've never seen a movie do that. I don't know if it was getting bad reviews to where they're going to redo some scenes or if they want to polish something
That's
up.
maybe, especially if, what we were talking about maybe a podcast or 2 ago where we were talking about how they were some of the test screenings were off a little bit,
Yeah,
so it makes sense.
but there are people who are hyping it up too, saying like, "Oh, the Kung Lao Liu Kang scene is going to be the best action sequence of the year," and now not even coming out
Okay.
this year.
Okay, well,
It's just we'll see. It's
hopefully
disappointing.
the hopefully the extra time makes it better and not worse.
Hopefully, but
Yeah.
It's weird that a sequel's coming out half a decade later.
Yeah, that is crazy.
You want to get into Blade Runner?
There's not a whole lot on it, and I don't have a whole lot to speculate. I think it's interesting that while they're it just seems like Disney is really trying to start using all of the IP that they have. Like they bought all this Fox IP years ago, and now you're like really seeing it. You're like, okay, now they're getting good ratings on an Alien show right now. They're getting really good ratings on both Predator projects they've released so far in this realm, and they've got another Predator movie about to come out.
Hmm.
So like it honestly makes sense that like right after you've got a pretty good start to Alien Earth that you're going to announce Blade Runner 2099, which they also picked up the rights to in all of the Fox
It's going to be
pickup.
Michelle
So
Yeoh and the person that everybody was wanting to play Zelda. What's her name?
Hunter
Hunter
Schafer,
Schafer. Yeah.
Hunter Schafer. Look, dude, I'm cool with it. I love Michelle Yeoh, so I'm always here for her.
What do you think the story is going to be about?
I don't know, but they're jumping forward 50 years from the last movie, which to me makes total sense. When you make a movie in 1982 and you're like, "Oh, we're gonna set it in 2015." Like that feels far off from where you're creating it. But then you run into 2015, you're like, "Oh shit, well now we got to make Blade Runner 2049 because we crossed 15." And then, so it just makes sense that like we're closer to 49 than not. So it makes sense to jump forward 50 years where we're not going to catch up super
But
close.
what was the first one? What year was the first one you said?
So that came out in 1982,
And it was supposed to be what year?
2015.
So that's 33 years. And then,
And then the second one came out in like 2020,
so it's 29,
2021.
28 years. And then
Yeah,
now
and then
we're
they jumped forward
going
to
to
2049.
74 years in the future.
Yes. So I'm here for it. Look, dude, like I think they've done everything they can with the Deckard storyline. Like you really can't do much more with Harrison Ford and or his kids, at this point in that timeline. Like the first two movies really revolve around that character and the character's life and
Do you
secrets.
think
So
Deckard is like the legend of Deckard's going to be involved in any way in 2099?
maybe,
Children, clones.
maybe, maybe. I'm not sure if they lean further into the synthetic angle.
Hmm.
I've been seeing a lot of it's really interesting because Alien Earth is very focused um on synthetics. And when you think about it, when you think about those two movies, and those two movies were made back to back by the same director, and now all of that stuff is housed underneath the same umbrella. And I really think that we're about to see an alien show up in the Predator universe. But I keep seeing theories that what if Blade Runner takes place on that same version of Earth? And that's like, this is like a different version of the synthetics.
I'd like that, honestly.
I would like it too, bro. So that's kind of where my head's at on it.
They could combine a lot of different things with all the
They
IPs that they have.
could.
This might
Yeah,
sound nuts, but even some Star Wars shit, some throwing
they could.
some,
They
yeah.
could. It's all under the Disney umbrella. But my understanding is Disney is starting to try and get a lot of faith into all this other IP because I don't think Lucasfilm and Marvel are doing as they're not bringing as much positive they're not bringing a lot of positivity to the brand right now. I think people have lost a lot of faith in Star Wars and have lost a lot of faith in Marvel. Like yes, there are great shows on both of those, and I'm not somebody who's lost faith. I love all this shit, but like I see what the internet and what all these people on Reddit and Twitter have to say about these movies. And guess what? I get a lot of shit talked to me for loving these movies.
People
So,
just want to complain, especially on Reddit.
yeah, I appreciate how hard it is to make these things. And yeah, sometimes do the studios have way too much involvement in their stories and you're not letting writers write enough? I think some of that's what's happening. But I think that sometimes the stars align and the writing and the effects and all of it just lines up to make such a good movie or show. And like we're living through kind of like a golden age of TV right now where there's a lot of amazing shows. So I'm here for it.
One thing that I've kind of been thinking about with all these Disney IPs is imagine a Kingdom Hearts game today. You could combine so much shit. You could put Blade Runner in it. You could put
Oh
Alien,
my
Predator in
god.
it. There's so much shit now. You could put Marvel characters in it.
You could.
There's so
Which
Star Wars. It's a
they
lot.
didn't in the last when did 3 come out? Did Kingdom Hearts 3 come out, like, around the pandemic?
Um.
Or was it
Oh
before
man, I
that?
want to say it was like closer to 10 years, right?
Is it?
Yeah, it feels
Was
like it
it
was a long time ago.
2015, 2016?
Kingdom Hearts 3. Let's find out. Came out 2019. So you're right. It's
Okay,
closer to the pandemic.
okay. I just remember I replayed 1 and 2 during the pandemic before I played 3. Um, I guess if they made it in 2019, they would have had all the Marvel characters by then. They bought Marvel in 2010, I think.
Yeah, it had been a while. But
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it really wouldn't affect the story either way. But I mean, they have the option for it now, and
they
with all
do.
these different, seeing a predator in Kingdom Hearts would be insane.
He's, like, hanging out with Sora. Bro, I'd play Predator all the time. I'd be like, you put Predator on my party.
Yeah, just
Get Donald Duck out of
yeah,
here. You
fuck.
give me Goofy and Predator,
I have
I'm
Donald
good."
Duck and Pluto in my Yeah, I got fucking Deckard and a goddamn predator. What else? Dude, have you seen these? I don't know if this is by the time this episode comes out, if this will be a thing anymore, but Donald Trump's been missing for a few days.
He's not now. They
Yes.
spotted him on a golf course about 2 hours ago.
Really?
Yeah. Spotted on a golf course while you were on the road
All right.
this morning.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Happy
he
for
was
him.
found. Dude, like, half the Democrat pages I follow on Instagram last night at, like, midnight were like, "He's dead. We're celebrating."
People were freaking out.
Dude, they were I'm like, "You guys are partying too
But
hard for
was it a
this.
is
This
it a
is
body
insane."
double at the golf course? We'll have to do some analysis, put some red circles on pictures that are highly pixelated and kind of look like Charlie in that room where he's freaking out about Pepe Sylvia, and take a page out of some people's books and just say that it's a clone and it's not really him. He's wearing a skin mask.
Do you think we can clone right now?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. With especially
You
with the
think so,
stuff
dude?
like Splice, and I think one reason that they made after the whole Dolly thing, why they made stem cells illegal to research was because they didn't want private firms going further with the cloning process, and they wanted it all under
Well,
government
dude,
control.
well, now I feel like that stuff's much more easy to access with CRISPR now, right? Like,
Right.
you have, like, DNA editing technology out there that is pretty much public use.
And
So,
China, apparently they made a artificial uterus where it could have a baby without a sperm or an egg.
yeah,
So
that's
if
crazy.
the government, the U.S. government sees that and they're trying to compete with China, DARPA is doing something to mimic that, or it could be that they're even further than China and they just don't say anything, keep it a better secret.
Between that and AI, we are so fucking close to the Matrix right now.
We're in it. The Matrix, even in '99, I'm sure there was some shit that by today's standards would even seem crazy as far as technology
Yeah.
goes. They were just slow dripping the technology we get with like a little better camera or some LLM that could respond faster. But there's some insane shit out there in the government for sure.
I
All this
know.
dimensional
It's
hopping
crazy.
stuff that we're hearing
Mhm.
about.
Yeah. While we're kinda on this, let me ask you a hypothetical question that connects to, Alien Earth a little bit. If they release the technology to preserve your mind like, an AI in a synthetic body, would you do it?
Honestly,
Live forever.
my ego is big enough to where I would want to. I would be down for it.
Yeah. Now in the show, they can't take adults' minds to it, but they're taking children's minds that they can like kind of bring into an adult mind. The fourth episode was pretty good, but man, the third episode blew my fucking mind.
What
It
happened
was
on it?
so good. So you see a synthetic fuck up an alien pretty good, dude, in like such a clever way. They're like fighting it in a meat locker, and she takes a meat hook, dude. And when it shoots out its little head, she fucking clubs it with the meat hook and pulls it out of it. And I was like, shit, I never thought that was a possibility. And then they pull it into a garage door and cut the rest of its head off with like a fucking garage door. It was crazy.
Dang.
Not a garage door, but like, a spaceship fucking garage, the same spaceship door base,
So the
spaceship
humans,
cargo
I mean, I
door.
guess they're synthetics, but they're technically human, right? It's human will, these synthetics.
Yes, but you're getting into the question of where like there's some questionable things that have happened morally at this point with all of this, and they're getting to the question of, are these really people anymore, because they're starting to treat them like company property.
That's where it's gonna get to. That's a
That's
good question. I mean, in a
yeah.
way, that's
So
what Blade Runner explores too.
exactly, and that's kind of why
Yeah.
people think that Blade Runner and Alien might merge.
So
It's
yeah, even
possible.
more so
Dude,
now.
I hope so too. It'd be crazy. I know. It'd be crazy.
I want to get into Dexter because the season finale, by the time this episode's released, is going to be about 4
Mhm.
days afterwards. R.I. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it, but R.I.P. to Angel Batista, a fan favorite who got too close to Dexter, and even after Dexter saves him from death, he starts choking Dexter out and gets shot by Prater. What had happened was Batista found Prater and Charlie and told them that Dexter is the real name of Red and that he's the Bay Harbor Butcher, and Prater is just kind of there in shock. Doesn't really give too much away to Batista, but then you see Charlie and Prater have him on the table ready to have the Bay Harbor Butcher Dexter do his thing, which he doesn't. A lot of people are speculating what's going to happen in this final episode. With the director, this director of the OG series who did the first 4 seasons, he hasn't done a season finale yet. So I think they'll actually nail it. I don't think what Dexter's known for is the craziest episode usually happens before the finale.
Penultimate episode.
Yeah.
Kind of like that's kind of what Game of Thrones rides on too, is like that insane penultimate episode, and that's like here's a fucking breather at the end of the episode before we jump into the next season. But this is the end, right? Or you think they're gonna go? You think they're gonna do
I
more?
think they're signed on for more seasons. So the story will continue. As far as, I don't think Dexter is going to go to jail. I don't think they're going to kill Harrison. I think Prater's in trouble. I don't know about Charlie. I kind of like Charlie being a thing, that's Uma Thurman's character. It's going to be weird though, because Batista's missing and they called his old partner in Miami the last episode. The NYPD did, asking about Batista's mental health. And Quinn said, hey, he retired. He said he was going to go to New York to clear his head. And that's kind of what led him to his trouble. But does Quinn, even though he kind of knows Dexter's a murderer, come to New York looking for Batista next season? Who's the New York Ripper? Are they even going to get into that? Because I don't think it's Prater here. He he got too much joy out of killing Batista for him to like be a seasoned murderer. It's a lot of questions with Dexter, but so far it's been good. I have no reason to think that the season finale is gonna ruin the 9 other episodes on it. So yeah, that's my little thing on Dexter. We'll see how much of that happens. Yeah, dude, Will Smith and the AI crowd. You've seen that, right?
I have seen it. Look, I'm no expert on like whether it's AI or not, but it looks pretty sketch to
I've
me. Like,
done
it looks kind of
I've
off.
paused it a few times, and there's a lot of weird faces.
A lot of weird faces and like hands and shit. AI's getting better, dude. AI's come a long way since 2020, where it was putting 6 hands on everything or 6 fingers on everything. You know, like it's got like some of these updates recently have been pretty fucking good.
Will Smith, though, has just been on a weird kick in general. He's doing all these little freestyles and they're so lame. I follow this subreddit called Crappy Music, and he is the headliner of that page. Anything he does, and rightfully so. It's so cringe. It's hard to believe how far he's fallen off because he used to be so loved. Independence Day, Fresh Prince, I Robot,
Yeah, dude.
you name it. Even Wild Wild West, it didn't do that well, but he had that song out of it, which is
Hey,
catchy.
bro, I really appreciate Wild Wild West. I know a lot of people hate on that movie, but and that movie's got some like Salma Hayek's in that, and she's
It's kind of weird that she's in a Western. I
yeah,
guess I
dude, but
guess it's
they
Spanish
literally just put
America.
her in a corset. Yeah, and like you're talking about Texas, you know, like it's but yeah, I also Kenneth Branagh, dude, as the villain, just chewing the fucking scenery in that. That is like one of those like really good like where the villain could almost like the villain was in a different movie than our
There's one screen grab from this Will Smith crowd thing where it says love you, but it's LOVU. And then the Fresh Prince looks like it's written in Russian. It's like FR6 something H. Like random letters are black. It makes no sense. No, it has to be. Yeah, what does this sign say? This sign says, God damn ads. This sign says, you can make it in quotes. Help me survive cancer. Thanks, Will. And he looks so concerned. Like what? It makes no sense, dude. You can make it. Help me survive cancer. THX, Will. This has to be AI.
I think you can I don't think you can fix your public image after you slap somebody as beloved as Chris Rock on the fucking Oscars.
All he had to
I
do
just
is been
don't
like, yeah,
think
I'm gonna slap him. Don't talk about my wife. That's it. That's it. Just keep it at that. Or be like, hey, I got heated. My bad. But he's just being
he's
such a
been
baby.
trying to he's been
Well, he's rapping about like don't disrespect my wife. And so he's I don't know. It doesn't seem
that's contradictory when he's like reaching out when he's trying to apologize.
yeah, that's probably why his apology isn't being accepted because it's not
Probably because he's
genuine.
like just yeah, he's hitting it from the he's like releasing rap songs that yeah, it's
I wonder
what a
if
mess.
there was something. You know how they say Hollywood has people do humiliation rituals, where it's like celebrities, the reason why they do weird shit, or like, I'm gonna get into conspiracy territory here, but
It's
how
fine.
there
You think he's in like Bohemian Grove or something? Like
has to be, dude. How do you do that willingly?
I don't
And that whole
know,
family is
but
weird, bro.
I know. I
Really.
know. Super weird. But I love Will Smith's album from the 90s.
Yeah, that's
We've
what we
talked
talked
about it
about that. Yeah,
before.
it got me into.
So, and like I love a lot of his 90s movies, dude. Like, I went as Men in Black when I was 7 years old with my brother for Halloween. Like, it just Will Smith's is a big part of my childhood and just movies growing up. So, I'll always appreciate, his work, but yeah, I don't know if he can save himself from public ridicule at this point.
Yeah. Um, we went through. Oh, okay. So, have you seen Green
Have you
Day's
seen the
response to
Fallout
it?
trailer? To what?
To the Will Smith thing? They
No,
posted.
yes,
Okay.
I saw their real they were posting pictures of their real crowd.
Sorry, I wanted to talk about that before we went
That's
to
all
the
good.
next one. You said Fallout. Oh, dude, the Fallout season
The
2
Fallout
trailer is
2
so
trailer,
good. You
yeah.
know I would love that because that's my
I
favorite
knew,
game of
dude,
all
yeah,
time.
as soon as I saw New Vegas, I was like, "Yeah, we're in."
It looks so true to the game.
I know. So
The
I think I'm gonna rewatch the first season here pretty quick, leading into the second
I'm
season.
gonna
So
have
and
to
Laurel
as
hasn't
well.
watched the first season of Fallout, so we're about to do a rewatch. So you guys will probably hear us talking about it here pretty frequently
It seems
coming
like
up.
y- they're doing it to a way that where you don't have to see the first season to follow what's happening in New
Mhm.
Vegas, which I think is a good idea.
It is a very good idea. I think low entry points are something that we need to get people back to. I think that we have drifted too far into these massive universes where people feel like it's just too hard to get into something now.
Yeah.
So make the entry bar low. That's why, dude, that's why I think that like some shows starting to bring back like the episode, like weekly, like who done it episodic kind of thing,
hmm
instead of having this huge overarching story and everything being so intense. I feel like it makes a lot of
You've been
sense to
watching
just
Poker Face, huh?
I have been watching Poker Face.
That's the first thing I thought of
Dude,
when you
it's
said that.
so good. It's so good. But I also, you know what else I like? And this is gonna be a
Hot take?
maybe not a hot take, but if I can even think of the fucking name of it, but
What is it?
it's Always Sunny chick. Yes,
Caitlin uh,
Caitlin Olsen.
Olsen, yes.
Okay, she's in that new show on like NBC or something that's just like a police, kind of episodic, but that's really
I
good.
haven't seen it.
She looks like she's having a good time.
She looks so different. Her and Mac both look really different. It's kind of scary to look at them.
I think that's what happens when you get super rich, right? Things just kind of when everyday problems are no longer an issue, I think you just, things start getting weird, right?
That's true. If I had money, I'd do like some
Yeah,
straightening
like
out
we'd be doing
here.
weird
I'd
shit,
be
right?
going to
Yeah.
Turkey for a hair transplant,
Huh? Yeah, dude. Like we'd
steroids,
be doing some
steroids
yeah.
and Ozempic at the same time. So I could just look like, I don't know,
The show's called High Potential.
potential. Does it have to do with getting high?
Yes. No, she's like a single mom. It's kind of like she works at the police station, but she keeps like getting involved and solving the crimes because the cops are like not as smart as her. It's like very like my brain is not working today. I can't think of anything. My brain just completely forgot the name to every fucking
Like
movie.
Police
It's
Academy
very
or
good.
something? 21
No, it's
Jump
very
Street?
Goodwill Hunting. Like it's
Goodwill
very Goodwill Hunting.
Hunting?
Like
The comedy?
just like the smart, just more like she's like a
Oh, Gene.
janitor who's super
Okay,
smart.
okay. So, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's funny. What else we got going on this week?
What do you think of Travis and Taylor? Hard not to ask.
I'm a fan of anytime someone does anything innocent and then people get mad about it. And so when she put your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married, I thought it was hilarious. People were freaking out and both like happy for them, which I also find weird, but also just like angry for some reason. Why do it kind of baffles me how much people hate Taylor Swift, as if people singing about their exes is a new thing in this world. It's all of a sudden an evil thing. Like music hasn't existed for the past 50 years to where people sing about their exes. You might not like her music. I think your country stuff's fine, but the amount of hate she gets is uncanny.
My favorite Taylor Swift songs were all produced by Max Martin.
Really? You're not a Jack Antonoff guy?
I am a Jack Antonoff guy. I do like some of her stuff with Jack Antonoff, and I think probably my favorite Taylor Swift song was actually like the album where Jack Antonoff and Bon Iver both produced. So, but yeah.
Uh,
What I find interesting, she had never done a podcast before. That was her first appearance on a podcast ever. And like in 24 hours, the New Heights podcast had like 313 million listens on that episode, which now holds a fucking world record in Guinness for most podcasts in a day. You know who previously held that record, bro?
I have no
It
idea.
was Joe
And
Rogan
Alex
when
Jones?
Elon Musk
Elon
when Elon
Musk.
Musk smoked weed on his podcast,
Yeah.
but that was streamed 68 million times in a day. So like
Five
almost
times the.
5 times.
That's
Like
insane.
insane, bro. We need to get Taylor Swift on our podcast.
Yeah, Taylor, we love you.
That's the trick.
She had a cool quote in that, and I'm probably going to butcher verbatim what she said, but it was something along the lines of uh, using your time and energy and treating it as a commodity, to use it wisely. Don't let other people use it or expect too much of it, because it's like the only commodity that you really have and can control. And I thought that was pretty cool.
That's pretty wise
Yeah.
and insightful. Like, I'll take that.
Travis Kelsey, he's on the Chiefs, so I don't care about him. If he was on the Rams, I'd be like, yeah, good for him. But
Yeah, if he was a Bronco, I'd be like, "Fuck
he's on
yeah."
the ops for
Now
you. Yeah.
yeah, dude. Now what I will say is that I used to try and pick him up every time for tight end because that's just ever since Gronk has been done, like, that's your tight end in fantasy. You gotta get him.
True. Yeah. I mean, Detroit's had a good tight end, Laporta. And then you have the old Lions tight end that's on the Vikings now. I can't think of his name, but he's good too. Speaking of music, we got a couple groups of our youth, or not youth, but like of what we listened to when we were still considered youth. Thrice and AFI releasing new material. I'll start off with Thrice. I've listened to Nash and Albatross.
Those are the only 2 songs out from the new album.
I preferred Nash.
I prefer Albatross.
Go ahead and explain Albatross. What was it that you liked about that?
Like, I love the intro. I kinda just love the bass kinda driven, just do 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 t and just the fucking drums, bro, and the fact that those 2 brothers, just their groove being the drummer and the bass player, like, they just have such a it's so tight. Such a tight fucking rhythm section, you
Hmm.
know, and then once the guitars come in, it's good. And then that first chorus hits, it's a really strong fucking chorus, like very good chorus for Thrice. It reminds me of like 2009 kind of Beggars era Thrice kind of chorus. And then, dude, in the middle, like halfway through the song, a new riff just kind of erupts and just kind of takes over the leads and it just takes you home from there. And the whole ending of that song is amazing. And just the guitar tone at the outro is so fucking, it's so crisp. It sounds so fucking good. So I'm just always impressed by their guitar work.
Yeah, it does sound
So
like the Beggars era.
they're, so, like, and I'm pretty sure they're doing this themselves again. They're back to kind of self-producing and kind of doing it themselves, and I just always think they sound great like that. I The last record was not my favorite record, which is the first part to this album. You know, it's Horizon East and then Horizon West. But I'm excited for Horizon West. There are some now, even though it's not my favorite Thrice record, I still have it on vinyl. I think I was probably wearing my Horizon East shirt in the last
Yeah,
podcast,
you were.
and I've probably worn it multiple times on the podcast before. The first song on that album is very experimental for them, and I really appreciate some of the stuff they did, and it's very beautiful. There's a lot of pretty things happening in the backgrounds and stuff that I really appreciate. I'm here for it. Thrice is my favorite band. I will never not be here for Thrice.
I thought Nash went a little experimental as far as stuff that they personally haven't done
Mhm.
before. I
Yeah.
think you were comparing it to Royal Blood. I thought it had a kind of a more, vocals aside, it had more of a Muse feel to it.
Yeah, I could see that.
And even Beck, there are some Beck elements in there, again, outside of the vocals, but also the screaming in that. It was just an edge to Thrice that I hadn't heard for a while, personally.
Mhm.
And I love when Thrice screams. I love when most bands
I do
scream,
too.
honestly.
He's got a really raw, like, very real scream. He's not, like, going into he doesn't do what the other screamers do. He's just really yelling the vocals
Yeah.
when he screams. And I appreciate dude, I love his I my favorite, like, screaming vocals of his are probably on the Earth Will Shake.
New AFI is out too, Behind the Clock. I don't like it at all. It's so boring. I can't
I
believe.
haven't listened to it,
Oh, dude,
but
you're not
I've
missing
also
anything.
never been the biggest AFI fan, so
Really? After seeing the sorrow, it gets a little sketchy. There's some good stuff here and there from them, but it's kind of gotten to the point where it's stale, and Behind the Clock really proves that it's
Yeah,
kind of just the same rhythm throughout. There's no real strong chorus. The aesthetic is cool because there's some reverb stuff going on. Sounds like they're in a big room. I like that kind of aesthetic, but as far as the quality of the melody, and it's just consistently boring. I hate to say that, but it's I hope they release something soon that kind of makes it more exciting, kind of like what Deftones did with their second single.
yeah, bring it back. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see with AFI, but yeah, I don't know. I used to really like them at some point. Like I do like Sing the Sorrow, and I love the song Morning Star, some cool shit like that. But like I hate Miss Murder. Like there's some songs that like I just can't stand by
It's
them.
a cool
So
bass line, but it is really cheesy. Yeah. Black
yeah,
Sails
dude,
will
it's so
forever be my
repetitive and
favorite.
like I so yeah. Not to shit on them, but like yeah, I've just never been a big fan.
So they kind of sounded like well, he's super inspired by Danzig and Misfits. At a certain point, it just became like a goth, semi-punk shell of themselves. Man, we're really not fans of AFI anymore. It's disappointing. I did used to like them a lot.
You know, I think we're gonna probably call it there.
Later.